Hi, welcome back to Amiga Yamaha for another video. Today we're going to be talking about servicing, specifically the first service. Many people ask us, is this important to do? Is it really necessary? And the answer is always going to be yes. Your first service is crucial to ensure that your motorcycle or your scooter is running correctly, as well as keeping up with your warranty, for example, and making sure that everything is safe for you. So both of these bikes are completely different, as you can see. One of them is a 125 scooter, which is an M-Max, and the other one is an MT10 super sports street fighter style bike. Although, as you can see, both of these bikes are different, they both still need their first service at 600 miles. And today I'll be explaining a little bit about what is included in those servicing. So first we can start with the N-Max here. Its first service is going to be an oil change. And the difference between these two is it has transmission oil, because it's a scooter and it has the clutch and it has the belt on the rear. So the first service will include draining that oil and putting fresh one in. With the MT10, however, as you can see, it's a motorbike which has a chain drive system. With this, we'll be adjusting the chain, we'll be cleaning the chain, and we will be re-lubricating the chain to its specifications. As well as carrying out the first service, what we like to do here is a full safety check. So what this will include is your tyre pressures reset, your brakes checked. Even though it is first service and it's only 600 miles and we're not expected to see you needing anything like that, we still would like to check it to make sure the torque settings are still fine, the pads themselves, there are no problem with it, the tyres are okay. We will check for punctures, for example, because these are obviously very common to get here. As well as this, we will always plug the bike into the diagnostic machine. On any service, it will always go inside there. If there are any faults that have been stored, we'll be able to see them and we'll be able to clear them. And what that will do, as I mentioned before, it will send that data to Yamaha. So if there's ever any problem with your bike, that data is now stored, it's safe and it's recorded. With your servicing, it's so important to do because with Yamaha's warranty policy, if you don't keep up with your specific service intervals, they may refuse to accept liability if you ever have an issue with your bike. So we of course strongly recommend, not only for your safety, but also for the peace of mind that if there's ever any issue, we have you covered. Some tips we would like to give you is at least once a week, check your tyre pressures. Usually you will find these in your owner's manual, but depending on the bike, you will also find it written on there. So for example, on the other side of this bike, if you look at this swing arm, you have a little label there that will show you what your tyre pressures should be. Of course, some people are different, not everyone is the same, not everyone weighs the same or likes to ride the same. So it is down to you as well if there's a little bit of movement inside there for your own comfort. But that's one of the first things I would recommend, at least once a week. The second thing with a motorcycle is the chain. This is quite important and a lot of people sort of neglect it a little bit, and we would like to see the chain when the bike comes in to be cleaner, to be lubricated as well, because if you allow the chain to actually dry out, it is more likely to get those tight spots and it is more likely to wear out quicker than it would have done usually. So once a week we would say check the chain, you can re-lubricate it and clean it. If you need to adjust your chain and you can't do that at home, just give us a call and we'll book you in so we can have a look at that for you and re-torque the rear wheel up for you. Now the third thing, and most important, is your oil. Always check at least once a week, especially after long rides as well, always check your oil level. Let the bike cool down first, don't check it while it's hot. Make sure the bike is upright as well, because if you have it on the side stand, all the oil will have come to one side and it will give you an incorrect reading. So for example, on this bike, I'll show you how to check the oil on here. So I've had it running, it's nice and cool now. And if we just have a look here, we have a little sight glass. If you have a look at the sight glass, you will see two lines. One here is the bottom of the sight glass and one here is the level amount. And as you can see, the oil level is directly on the line of how much oil is needed inside. Never sure what to do? Definitely pop into us and we're more than happy to show you how to check it for you and to give you any extra tips, or if you have any concerns or would you like any advice. we're more than happy to provide that. Another important thing that you can do at home, which we recommend, is to check your lights to make sure they're all working. So the way we will do this is we will need to have the bike on. So don't panic if you go to check your lights with the bike not started, because as you can see, there's no movement in the headlight at all. Nothing's coming on. So don't panic if you try this and it doesn't work. So first thing, we'll start the bike back up. As you can see, we'll check one indicator. We'll make sure it's working at the front. We'll change to the other side. Make sure they're both working. Check your brake lights. You can put your hand there to have a reflection off of it, which might make it easier for you. Check the other brake. We'll check the horn. As you can see now that the bike is running, it's the headlights are working. Whereas before, once the engine was off, they weren't coming on. So don't panic, make sure that you have the bike running first before you check your electrics. And once you're happy with that, you're good to go. Thanks so much for watching our video. Please make sure you subscribe to our channel, where you will find more videos there on tips and tricks on bikes.